Hey, hi, hello, my name is dis.cat. This is Project Hardcover, where we're letting books be the escape. It's all about them snakes, not lions. Yeah, I'm just really feeling the Slytherin pride today. But today for you, I have a tag. Today, I am going to be doing the Disney music tag. This tag was created by Rachel Hartz, and I will link the original video down in the doobly-doo. Now, per usual, I was not tagged to do this tag. But hello, I grew up in the 90s. Like, Disney movies and Disney music is like an innate part of who I am. So naturally, when I saw this, I just had to do it. And with that being said, let's get started. The first song is I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan. And the question to go along with this song is, who is your favorite mentor character? And for this, I'm going to go with Reagan from Fangirl. Now, Reagan isn't really a mentor in the traditional sense of the word, but she definitely does help guide and mentor Kath through her first experiences being on her own at college. Not to mention, Reagan is just a really badass character. Like, from the very beginning, I was like, I'm gonna like you. Plus, Mulan is all about breaking the traditional stereotypes. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going with Reagan. Our next song is Zero to Hero from Hercules. And the question that goes along with this is, what is your favorite fairy tale or myth retelling? And for this, it's pretty stereotypical. It is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Before I read these books, I was totally just convinced that I wasn't going to like them. I mean, in order for me to like a fairy tale retelling, it either has to be vastly different than the original or really, really dark. And this one is definitely the former. These books have the same really basic plot lines as these stories that they're retelling, but they're just so vastly different. And that is what makes them awesome. And our next song is Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And the question for this one is, what book do you wish that you could live in? And there's really only one answer for this question. Hello? Like, seriously, is there anyone out there who answers with something else? Next up we have Hakuna Matata from The Lion King. And the question for this is, what book takes all of your worries away? And this is, without a doubt, I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak. No matter how many times I read this book, doesn't matter if I start in the middle of the book, the end of the book, or the beginning of the book, I just fall into this wonderful state of calm and peace and happiness. I love this book. It's my favorite book of all time, and it just gives me all the warm fuzzies and just, oh, I love this book. Our next song is Hellfire, Dark Fire from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And the question to go along with this is, who is your favorite villain? And for this, I'm going with Thiago from the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. OMG, I cannot even begin to express to you how much I hate this douche canoe. Like, douche canoe doesn't even begin to cover it, but there could be some youngins watching. This guy is just the most egotistical, narcissistic, just brutally vicious little expletive here. Just in literature history, he is just so god awful. Just, oh my god. I have no words for just how terrible he is. Like, he needs to burn in some hellfire. Our next song is Tale as Old as Time, Song as Old as Rhyme, Beauty and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, of course. And the question for this one is, what is the most beautiful book on your shelf, and what is the most beastly, meaning ugly, book on your shelf? And for beautiful, I'm gonna have to go with my beautiful leather-bound hardback edition of Wicked and Son of a Witch by Gregory Maguire. It is just so beautiful. When I laid eyes on this in Barnes & Noble, there was just no doubt in my mind. I had to own this. I mean, it's so beautiful. Just look at it, and then the back the back is super awesome and there's a little green thing. It's just, I love this book. I love it, I love it. And then for Beastly, we're gonna have to go with my American paperback edition of I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak. The whole reason I went out and picked up this edition was so that I could write in it. And I know what all of you are thinking. This isn't a particularly ugly cover. My main reason behind my hatred of it is just that it has nothing really to do with the book. Like, every single other edition of this book out there has either the cards on it or something card related on it, because the playing cards are kind of the most important part of this book. But us Americans, we went with the taxi. I mean, really? The taxi plays like no important role in the book. It just happens to be the main character's profession. That would be like them putting a Volvo on the cover of Twilight because Edward Cullen drives a Volvo. Stupid. Our next song is You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me from Aladdin. And the question for this, what is your favorite cast of supporting characters? And this is definitely, hands down, any of the side characters from Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I mean, all of the characters in this book are freaking amazing, but the side characters. I don't even think you understand. The side characters are my favorite characters in this book. Susanna and Ziri and Liraz are my baes. Don't mess with my baes. Our next song is So This Is Love from Cinderella. And the question for this song is, what couple is your OTP? And for this, it's seriously a toss-up between Ziri and Liraz from Daughter of Smoke and Bone, or Adam and Ronan from The Raven Boys. I'm in love with their love. It's just so lovely. Our next song is For the First Time in Forever from Frozen. And the question to go along with this song is, what is your most anticipated release? And this is hands down The Raven King by Maggie Steve Otter, the fourth and final book in the Raven Cycle Quartet. Like, people, you can't even begin to understand how much I need this book in my grubby little hands right now. Like, it is physically painful for me to be away from this book. And then, of course, there's always Bridge of Clay by Marcus Zusak, but let's not go there. And then the last question is to make up a question of your own based on one of your favorite Disney songs. And for this, I have chosen This Is Halloween from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And my question to go along with this song is pick your favorite creepy, scary book. And for this, I'm gonna have to go with Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. This thing kept me up at night. Like, I was watching the dark corners of my room waiting for my death to come for me. Just, if you're gonna read this book, don't read it at 2 a.m. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That is all for this tag. I hope you guys liked it and didn't get too put off by my singing. And now I'm going to tag people. For this, I'm going to tag Chloe from Chloe the Booktuber, considering how she just did a Disney Princess book tag. And I'm going to tag Gwendolyn from the Gwendolyn Reading Method. She hasn't done a tag in a really long time, and I think that it is time to remedy that. As always, thanks you guys for watching. I will see you next time, and remember, books are the escape.